the mysterious world of natural phenomena. Have you ever seen something so amazing that you thought it had to be magic? Maybe a glowing sea or a waterfall that looks like it's bleeding? These are just some of the incredible natural phenomena on our planet that can seem supernatural at first glance. But believe it or not, there's a scientific explanation for all of them. Today, we're going on a journey to uncover the mysteries behind these fascinating events. We'll explore how science can turn what looks like magic into something we can understand. Get ready to have your mind blown as we dive into the world of natural phenomena that seem out of this world. Bioluminescent bays, nature's glowing waters. Imagine paddling through a dark bay at night and seeing the water around your boat light up with a bright blue-green glow. It sounds like a scene from a fantasy movie, right? But this magical phenomenon actually happens in real life. These glowing waters are known as bioluminescent bays, and they can be found in places like Puerto Rico, the Maldives, and Jamaica. So, what makes the water glow like this? It's all thanks to tiny microorganisms called dinoflagellates. When these little creatures are disturbed by waves or movement, they produce a chemical reaction that emits light, just like fireflies do. This process is called bioluminescence. The brighter the glow, the higher the concentration of dinoflagellates. In places like Mosquito Bay in Puerto Rico, the concentration is so high that the entire bay lights up brilliantly when disturbed. Visiting a bioluminescent bay is like stepping into a magical world where the water sparkles and glows with every touch. Blood Falls of Antarctica, a waterfall that bleeds. Now, let's travel to one of the coldest places on Earth, Antarctica. Here, amid the icy landscape, you might come across something truly bizarre, a waterfall that looks like it's flowing with blood. This strange sight is called Blood Falls, and while it might look like something from a horror movie, the explanation is quite scientific. The red color of the water isn't blood at all. It's actually caused by iron oxide, which is basically rust. Millions of years ago, a lake rich in iron was trapped beneath a glacier. As this water seeps out through cracks in the glacier, it comes into contact with the air. The iron reacts with oxygen, creating iron oxide, which gives the water its deep red, bloody color. Scientists are fascinated by blood falls because it shows how life can survive in extreme conditions without sunlight and very little oxygen. It even gives us clues about how life might exist on other planets, like Mars. Sailing stones of Death Valley, rocks that move on their own. Moving on to a hot and dry place now, let's visit Death Valley in California. Here, there's a mystery that has puzzled scientists for decades. Rocks that seem to move all by themselves. These rocks, known as the sailing stones, leave long trails behind them as they slide across the desert floor. But how could this be possible? For a long time, no one knew. Then in 2014, scientists finally solved the mystery. It turns out that during cold winter nights, a thin layer of water forms under the rocks and freezes, creating a sheet of ice. As the sun rises, the ice starts to melt and break apart, making the rocks slightly lift off the ground. When a gentle breeze blows, it pushes the rocks across the slippery surface, leaving those long trails behind. It's a perfect example of how nature can surprise us, turning a simple process into something that looks like magic. Fire rainbows, the sky on fire. Have you ever seen a rainbow that looks like it's made of fire? Well, that's exactly what a fire rainbow looks like, although it's not really a rainbow or fire. It's a rare atmospheric phenomenon called a circumhorizontal arc. These arcs occur when sunlight passes through ice crystals in high-altitude cirrus clouds. For a fire rainbow to appear, the sun needs to be very high in the sky, at least 58 degrees above the horizon. The sunlight gets refracted or bent by the ice crystals, creating a spectrum of colors that look like a band of fire across the sky. Fire rainbows are rare because the specific conditions needed for them to form don't happen often. But when they do, it's a spectacular sight. The bright, vivid colors spread across the sky, making it look like it's on fire. If you're ever lucky enough to see one, you'll never forget it. Upside-down waterfalls, when water flows upwards. Now, let's imagine a waterfall. Water flows down a cliff, right? But what if I told you there are waterfalls that flow upwards? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? These are called upside-down waterfalls, and they happen in a few places around the world, like Hawaii. The secret behind this mind-bending phenomenon is strong winds. When these powerful winds blow against a waterfall, they can push the water back up the cliff, creating the illusion that the waterfall is flowing in reverse. It's a mesmerizing sight as the water sprays upward, creating a fine mist that can even catch the sunlight and form rainbows. Upside-down waterfalls remind us of the incredible power of nature and how it can create such unexpected and beautiful sights. Meraki boulders, natural giant marbles of New Zealand. Next, let's take a trip to the beaches of New Zealand, where you can find some very strange-looking rocks. These are the Meraki boulders, and they look like giant marbles scattered across the sand. What makes them so special is their almost perfect spherical shape. These boulders are actually formed from a type of sedimentary rock called mudstone, and their formation is a slow process that takes millions of years. It starts with minerals accumulating around a central core, much like how a pearl forms inside an oyster. Over time, these minerals build up in layers, creating spherical concretions. As the softer rock around them erodes away, these hard, round boulders are left behind. Some of the boulders even have cracks that form intricate patterns called septaria, which are formed by the shrinking and cracking of the boulders over millions of years. Visiting the Meraki boulders is like stepping into a prehistoric world where you can marvel at the wonders of geological processes that shape our planet. Catatumbo lightning, the eternal storm. Finally, let's end our journey in Venezuela, where you can find one of the most amazing and intense natural light shows on Earth, Catatumbo lightning. This phenomenon occurs where the Catatumbo River meets Lake Maracaibo, and it's known for having almost continuous lightning storms for up to 160 nights a year. The unique combination of warm, moist air from the Caribbean Sea and cool air descending from the Andes Mountains creates the perfect conditions for these electrical storms. The flat terrain around the lake helps to trap the air, allowing the storms to build up and release their energy in the form of lightning. The result is a stunning natural light show that can be seen from miles away. This phenomenon isn't just beautiful, it's also important for our planet. The lightning storms produce large amounts of ozone, which can help repair the ozone layer. So, while it might look like a scene from a sci-fi movie, Catatumbo lightning plays a vital role in the Earth's atmospheric system. The magic of nature explained by science. Wow, what a journey we've been on today. From glowing waters and blood-red waterfalls to rocks that move on their own and lightning storms that light up the sky, nature is full of wonders that can seem supernatural. But as we've learned, there is often a scientific explanation behind these mysterious phenomena. It just goes to show how amazing our planet is and how much there is still to learn. Remember, the more we understand about the natural world, the more we can appreciate its beauty and complexity. So, the next time you see something that seems magical, think about the science that might be behind it. Thanks for joining us on this adventure, and don't forget to stay curious. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Fusion, and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.